For the last 8 years, we've been hunting for crime data across the world, from 911 calls to university police logs, local and national governments, NGOs, even scraping news media. Sometimes it's an API. Sometimes it's a CSV buried in some government website. Sometimes we email a city clerk once a month to get a PDF. In the US, data might come from a local department. In India, it's national. In Sao Paulo, we email a municipality. Places like Ecuador, the government stopped publishing stats altogether at some point. For security teams, that's a nightmare. Someone says, we have an exec traveling to Bogota, or we're opening a new office in Johannesburg. And your first thought is, where am I going to find the data I need to make the right recommendations? Even when you do find the data, it's rarely clean. Thread categories are different. Timeframes don't match. Formats range from PDFs to spreadsheets, and sometimes they're in a completely different language. How do you compare Cape Town to Paris? How do you build a repeatable report when every new location forces you to start from scratch? That's the second problem we have is standardization. Without it, every deliverable becomes a one-off and just doesn't scale. So our team built something better. We created a pipeline to ingest data from all over the world in every format imaginable. Then we standardized it, automating the classification of threat types using a unifying schema. That means theft means the same thing whether you're in New York or Nairobi. It means trend lines, threat types, and insights all live in one place, already processed, already normalized. No pivot tables, no Power BI hacks, no calling in a data expert from somewhere else in the business, just clean, reliable threat data at your fingertips. But we didn't stop at making messy data usable. Our customers are always looking for more coverage. So we asked, what happens when the data you need simply doesn't exist? That's why we built BaseEngine. BaseEngine takes sparse city-level data and models it down to a 0.7 kilometer hex globally. Using AI, OpenStreetMap data, demographics, population density, and city analogs, we estimate crime distributions at a block-by-block level. We also break down annual data into month-by-month trends. So you're not just seeing vague annual stats, you're seeing patterns over time, projections into the future, and changes by the season. That's spatial and temporal granularity. It gives security leaders something they've never had before, consistent, comparable insight, even when raw data is limited. Finding that data used to be a problem. Now with BaseEngine, what used to be a pain point is now a competitive advantage for your team, and just as importantly, for the business.